Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're here at the model smart home of J&K Security Solutions on Park Street, and this is sort of the moment we've been waiting for.
Yes, thanks so much, guys, for joining us.
We're going to talk with Jeff Beckman and Doug Cooper from J&K Security Solutions, and they're going to talk a little bit about home security. How are you guys?
Great. How are you? Thanks.
Yeah, Jeff, it's good to have you back. It's been too long.
Been a while.
It's been too long, and Doug, good to have you on. First timer, huh?
Thank you.
Good. So, I'm really intrigued by the idea that people who are interested in getting a home security system installed can not only have it installed by you guys, but you also have a monitoring service too. So we'll talk a little bit about that, but I want to for sure start out with, in general, if someone is looking to arm their home, so to speak, what should they look for in a security company?
First thing I would look for is a local company.
Sure.
I'm a big believer in mom and pop type companies.
Right.
I would look for their community involvement. The other thing I think would be very, very important is, are the decision makers in the building on a regular basis? Who's there? So those are important things to me that I think are very important to our customers.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you think that there are, obviously there's some benefits then to having the folks, as you said, decision makers on site?
Well, you never hope that there's an issue of any
Right.
kind, but if there's a decision maker, you're going to get it resolved very, very quickly.
Right. Yeah. It's one of those things that you hope you never have to use, but it's there when you need it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's nice to know that the right people are in the right places for that.
Agree.
So let's talk a little bit about why somebody should have their alarm monitored.
Well, I'd say, first off, peace of mind. I'm a believer, and my wife and I have had security in our homes for well over 20 years. Once it's armed at night, I know that I will know if anything happens, if anyone comes in. And it just helps you sleep better. The other thing is when you're not home, you know that you're protected either fire or security. Let's say there happens to be a fire when you're not home. You know that authorities are going to be dispatched and things will be taken care of.
Yeah. You're not going to come home to a burnt down house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or
I mean, it may be a little
to see
burnt,
it.
but at least they may catch it before you've lost everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's huge.
And if you're not home, you're going to be insured of a response of some kind.
Right.
Whether it's police or fire related, somebody's going to respond to that.
Yeah, and I think that does give some peace of mind, because I think people often do worry when especially if they go on long trips or something like that, they're worried about, okay, I know that when I've gone on long trips since I've been a homeowner, I kind of wonder, is my house going to be there when I get back home? So
Yeah.
I think it does give peace of mind, and I think that's fantastic.
One of the cliches with security is protecting you. I mean, I always try to sell it as we're protecting the person. You have TVs and couches and furniture. You know what? If somebody happens to break in and take that stuff, insurance covers it.
Right.
It's more for the peace of mind of protecting you and your loved ones.
Right. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
And as a pet owner, for me, I know that if something happens in my home, fire related, the authorities who are responsible for my geographic area, they know to come in and get my dogs.
Oh.
So I think that's important as well.
And what are some of the specialty features you offer with a monitored security system? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. Aside from your typical doors and windows and motion detection type devices, motion detectors do come in with a pet immunity type function. So small pets or pets of certain weights, levels, can walk freely throughout the house.
Wow.
Okay.
In addition to that, you have your fire and your heat, glass breakage, water detection, carbon monoxide detection. There's any number of areas. It's just not security anymore. It's notification in all different areas.
Low temperature. In other words, if you go somewhere for the winter, where it's warm, you'll know if your furnace is not working, because you'll get a call if it gets below X amount of degrees.
Cool.
Wow. See, I didn't even think of all of those extra things. When I think there is sort of a paradigm that home security means, keeping the burglars out, but it's really, anything that's kind of amiss in your home, whether it's smoke or fire or carbon monoxide. I mean, you guys cover all of that.
Yes.
All encompassing.
Yeah.
The other feature that you can get is the ability to arm and disarm your system on your phone, monitor it. You can get texts if someone goes into your home. Let's say you have young kids, they're coming home from school, they disarm the system, they'll get a text that they got there.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I like that.
again, you'll know that they're home when they're supposed to be. You're expecting that text around 3 o'clock.
So you get a text that says system has been disarmed or
Right.
something like that?
And by the virtue of the code, if you give your kids different codes, you'll know which one is home.
Oh, okay. So they can each have their own personalized code.
Yes.
So it can be so-and-so, Jimmy got
Right.
home safely. Okay. Wow.
And in my home, my personal residence, I get a text or I get an email every time my system is turned on or off. And we recently had some work done by a contractor in our home, and we give him a code to come into the home. If he says he's going to be there at a certain time, we know when he gets there. So
Wow.
it's kind of nice to know.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's so much more sophisticated now than it used to be, where it
Yes.
used to just be, if somebody opens the door, an alarm goes off.
Arm and
Yeah.
disarm, that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
that
arm
was
and
it.
disarm, exactly.
Yeah.
And then people would yell, "Hey, turn that off!" Because it would just be an annoyance more than anything
Right.
else,
Right.
really. So, I'm wondering if you guys have been doing this for almost 30 years now. What makes J&K Security Solutions truly unique?
Well, we've been a staple of the community for 30 years. I personally have worked on Park Street for over 40 years, so I know the area, I know the people. We get involved in the community, we get involved in many charitable events, so we give back to the community. I guess it's people have been good to us, so we want to be
Giving back.
good back.
Yeah.
Giving back.
Giving back.
I think that's what's really neat about using a local company too, is because you know that money is staying in the community, and you guys give back. So, Doug, do you have any thoughts?
I like the fact that the J&K of J&K are here every day.
They're
Jeff
right
and
on
Kim are
site.
here every day.
They're right on site if you need them every day. So that's great. I also want to make sure that viewers know this, because I seem to recall this as well, Jeff and Doug. If you've had a security system that's been installed by a different company, you can still switch your monitoring services over to J&K Security
Absolutely.
Solutions.
Oh, good to know.
Typically, we can monitor just about any system out there. There are some exceptions, but as a rule of thumb, we can monitor most systems.
Okay, and what does that take to make that transition? Is it a pretty simple transition?
A phone call and we'll take a peek.
That's it?
We'll come out, take a look, make sure it's something that we can take over. There, as Doug said, there are proprietary systems, so they lock people like us out.
Okay.
But what we put in is non-proprietary, so
Okay.
our thought process is if you don't want us as your company, you shouldn't be locked into us because we gave you something that no one else can use.
Right. That seems fair. It seems more than fair. Well, Jeff Beckman and Doug Cooper, thank you so much for coming
so
on today.
much.
Thanks for having us. We got to
Thank
get
you.
Kim on the show one of these days.
Yeah.
Well,
Is it going to happen?
Probably not.
Well, Jeff and Doug from J&K Security Solutions, thank you so much for having us. And thank you for watching. That's all the time we have for Wisconsin Family. We'll see you
See
next
you next time.
Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day